right, well, welcome back to my channel. This one's going to be a little different. I kind of wanted to do like a podcast style type video. Kind of like more like a sit down and chat and get to know Sparkle Paperie House and me on like a slightly deeper level, right? I think this episode, vlog, would be maybe for small business owners, just things I've learned, a little bit about me type situation. It's always good to like talk about your experiences and you start seeing, this is why I love TikTok. You're just like, like you're not alone in this lifestyle of wanting to be a business owner. So anyways, I don't know. I didn't really have any ideas for like intro of me, but yeah, I guess we can just kind of do some bare basic minimum stuff about me that would lead me into Sparkle Paperie House. So I'm pretty sure you guys already know, but my name is Stephanie. I own Sparkle Paperie House. I don't know what else to really say. About me wise and related to Sparkle Paperie House, I would say I've always been a creative person. I'm older. I know I don't look kind of old, but I'm starting to catch up a little bit, to be honest, because I'm starting to not hear as much that you look way too young for your age. So I think my age is catching up to my face. But yes, I am a millennial. I am 36 years old. I know I don't look like that sometimes. Sometimes I don't even act like 36. But back in the day in school, I went to public schools. They would give us tests like all the time. And they were like, I can't really explain what they were, but maybe someone could tell me in the comments what they were. But by the end of the test, you would see this like circle, and it was like divided up into like a pie shape, and like different sections would be like the one that I always fell into was craft and hobbies. And they're like, you can make a birdhouse, you can do this, you can, knit, sew, and all that stuff. And I'm like, it was almost like a career type test. Like, where would you go? And I always landed in craft and hobbies. And I'm like, how am I supposed to make money off of this? Because like when I was growing up, it was very pushed to go to college and get a college education, or else you could not get a job. Also, like jobs that were pushed down our throats at that time as, younger children, were cubicle jobs, a job in an office. Like that's the type of jobs that were forced, like for us to like go get and apply to and just go get a generic degree in college. So, because any degree is better than no degree, pretty much how that's what they told us. So yeah, college education for me, I was going to go to culinary school, but my ACTs were not good enough to get into that college to study. I was going to do pastries. I wasn't going to do culinary at that time, but I did like pastries, and I did like cooking. I'm pretty sure I would have like dropped out or like switched back into cooking. But it's okay. Like I do like cooking. I don't like cleaning up after myself that much, but I still do it because it has to get done. But yeah, like I honestly can't imagine myself being a chef at this point in my life. Like I like it, but I don't need to cook for other people. I mean, like I'm happy to cook for people, but like career-wise, no. But yeah, that's kind of funny. But yeah, I do have not a bachelor's degree, I'm sorry. I have associate's degree in interior design. It was like applied science interior design. I don't know, it was some BS thing. I'm like, whatever. But yeah, I have associate's degree. I was thinking about continuing on to get a bachelor's, but in interior design, but I didn't want to pursue it because I didn't want to move walls, and that was the next thing. And the degree was to start moving walls and fire exit signs. And I'm like, I just like the design part. I just like picking out colors and stuff. Like, I don't need to move walls. And then also while I was in college, like one of my professors, it was just like a random class. I don't know. It was just like the most stupidest class ever. I'm like, why am I even here? But it was just to pay this teacher, and he was awesome. He was great. He helped me like come up with a plan B, and plan B was not to really own a business, but it was going to be wedding and event planning. Like, I never thought about a plan B option. And then pretty much after I left college, I did not pursue interior design at all. I pursued wedding and event planning, mostly wedding planning. And I gently harassed all the wedding planners in the city of Chicago to work for them. I didn't know how to get a job for them, and I didn't, like, every time I looked for a job, like, none of them were hiring. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to know if they're hiring or not? So I emailed literally everyone, and I'm like, hi, like, do you have any jobs opening? Like, you know, and I would just give them my resume. Never really heard back from them, other than one lady. Did not have the best experience with her, but I learned a lot of no's, as you will learn a lot of no's and what not to do when you work for a lot of people. So I'm grateful for working for her. I do not like her. I would never work for her again. I'm not going to say who it is, but yeah, she's still in business. She thinks she poops rainbows and butterflies. She does not. But yeah, like, I'm grateful for working for her and her giving me an opportunity to work for her. And I did work for her for almost about a year, or a little over a year. And then I left, and then what did I do? I think I had another job after that. I think. I don't really remember. And then, I just like hopped job to job. Then I worked retail for a little bit. I did that for about 4 years. And then I finally got a like full-on secure job in wedding planning and event planning at a golf course. Don't recommend going to that place either. They are very backwards. They are a HR problem for sure. And just all around, just a bad place. I feel bad for the person that designed the golf course, because he is a very well-known golfer that designs golf courses, and you would think that man was alive today, that he would just be like, what the heck happened to this beautiful golf course I designed? I have worked for some, like, not a lot of people, but I had plenty of jobs, and almost every single place I have ever worked at was just like toxic, and I didn't bring the toxicness. And everyone's like, oh, that's the person that brings it. And like, no, I literally did not. Like, I was out of it. I didn't want to be a part of it, but like, people would just like tell me what was happening, and I really don't care. And somehow, like, I would be pulled into it. I don't know, maybe because I was just like a listening ear, but it's just like, or more so, it was just like the attacks were on to me because I'm like the new skin in the game or something. I don't really know, but I would not mind getting into that. But also at that point, like, you kind of have to be careful what you say and put it out there for millions of people to watch and see. You never know which video is going to go viral, do you? No. But anyways, like, getting into that then career-wise led me into, I think that's one of the other things I wanted to talk about. Yeah, which also leads me into intro of Sparkle Paperie House coming around. So yeah, I left that because of the lovely pandemic. And then I I left the wedding industry completely. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I don't mind it. It's just very stressful because everything's riding on this one day for these several hours, and it's just too much. Like I don't mind it. I like it, but I just like I'd be the type of person and be like, just to let you know, if your cake falls on the floor, we're going to Costco to get a sheet cake, just to let you know. Like, unless you want to eat cake that fell on the floor, then I'm more than happy to do that. But my piping skills are not the best. Like, I will make sure you have cake at your wedding. I'm just saying, like, you would be surprised. Things happen all the time behind the scenes at weddings. And I do suggest, as an ex-wedding planner, get a wedding planner. Get a wedding planner. Even if it's for like the day of, just get one. Trust me, it's worth every single dollar that you will pay. It's just smooth sailing and you don't have to worry about anything. Anyways, so yeah, then I started doing bookkeeping, but I'd done bookkeeping like basically on and off for ever since I left high school. So I've been doing it for like 17 years now, maybe, or longer than that. Not bookkeeping in the higher sense of a higher role, but like working my way to that higher role, just because it was always like a part-time job. And then I done that. And then while I was working for the golf course, and then around that time when the pandemic hit, I was like, well, I was a person that like could not sit still. Like I did watch TV shows, but then like at some point I was done watching TV shows. I'm like, okay, what's next? So I'm like, let me start a business. So I started a business, and that was not my first business, but my first official business. I had a business before that was wedding event planning. And that was just doing business because I didn't have enough business to really like claim anything. And then, while I was at the golf course, and then when I went back into bookkeeping, I started a business, and that was Hooray Soiree. And I just went full on ham, like legit business, like EIN number, trademark, like I just went full on crazy, and I just wanted to be legit, and I did really enjoy it in the beginning, and then I like really, 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 really burnt myself out. Like it was bad mentally for me, like about 2 years in. I just was crying all the time. I just was so frustrated. I felt like I was hitting my head against the wall every single day. I just didn't know what to do next anymore. Like when you have a business and you're not making money and you're like, well, what do I do next? Like how do I get clients? Like how do I get customers? How do I get people to buy my stuff? And I was very passionate about it. And I don't know, I just, like it's almost like giving CPR to something that's completely dead, and you're like trying and trying and trying to like revive the life back into it. And it's just like, it's dead, it's gone. Like you can't, like now you're just damaging everything just because you're just trying so hard. So yeah, sorry, that's a little much, but anyways, that's how it felt. And I finally was just like, I think about 3.5 years in, I officially just cut my Shopify site down, and then I went strictly to Etsy, and then I tried on Etsy for a while, and then I had a couple random sales for another year. So I kept it alive for like another year. So for 4 years I had the business. And by the 4th year, it was just really making no sense. I might even had it for 5 years, not 4. It just didn't make any sense to like keep it alive, because like I was losing more money and then making money, and I was just like, what at this point, what's the point, And then probably within the 3.5 year mark inside of owning Sparkle Paperie House, I was like trying to figure out other ways to make more money. So I heard about drop shipping, so I investigated on drop shipping. It's more complicated than people describe it as, because like you kind of have to like buy the product, and then someone has to ship the product on your behalf, or you do it. But then I'm like, where do I put the product? And then how do I know I'm going to sell the product? Because like for drop drop shipping, like you actually have to physically buy the item. And then you figure out where are you going to put it. Unless I was just doing it all wrong. I don't know. I mean, I tried doing as much research as possible. So I was attempting to do that. And it was just too much work. Like, it was too much skin in the game. So I stumbled upon print on demand. And that's what Sparkle Paperie House is. Print on demand. I have no really product here with me, but I do have a few things. I mostly just order things to see how it looks on a item, like a sticker. How does like the material look on a mug, a shirt? How does it look on there? And then those items are mostly for me. And then I just try to make content out of it. So it's just like more like an advertising expense for me, because then I will try to then take pictures with it. I'll try to model with it. I'll try to do like promotion with it. So like if I buy something, because I also want to see how it looks too. And then I just turn it into like a whole promotion. But yeah, like that's how I stumbled into Sparkle Paperie House. And at first I had a few random designs because I was thinking about doing some like design type print on demand things for Hooray Soiree. And I just hold on to those designs and more push them over to Sparkle Paperie House instead. And then I think December of 2022, I officially opened up my Etsy shop for Sparkle Paperie House. And I think I launched a couple of Valentine's Day cards. No holiday stuff, because it was just kind of late into December, and I was like, what's the point, trying to sell Christmas stuff at this time? I'm like, Christmas is like 2 weeks away. What's the point? So I was like, let me focus on Valentine's Day. And then I didn't do any advertising. I'm like, let me see for like 2 weeks how things go. And I was changing like the tags and the SEO and all that stuff in there and working around the descriptions. And I was like, I don't really know. And nothing was really happening. I was getting some traction on the store, but no one was buying. So then like by early January rolls around in the new year, what was that, 2023, I just was like, screw it. I'm going to do paid advertising on Etsy. And ever since then, sales were rolling in. So the first year in 2023, did I do 50 sales or 75 sales? Something like that. And I was like, holy cow, this is amazing. Like, I know it was only like 50 to 75, but I'm like, I didn't even have that many orders with Hooray Soiree in 1 year. So I was like, this is amazing. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, this is telling me this is something. And I'm like, okay, like just don't give up on it just yet. And then 2024 rolls around and I made 100 sales. I was like, oh yeah, this is good. And then 2025 literally just happened and I got 165 sales. My goal was 150 because I was like, 50 more was, whatever, like that's good. So my goal for 2026 will be 200 sales for this whole entire year. I think that'd be pretty good. And the sales have been rolling in. I haven't lowered any of my marketing because roughly around Black Friday in 2025, I upped my advertising like per day. And it looks good and it's affordable. It's not crazy. I think I'm doing like $6 to $7 a day. I'm like, yep, that sounds great to me. Like it's enough skin in the game to get enough traction, people to see the item and people to buy the item. I mean, I would love to make more sales than, 200 in 1 year, but it is what it is, like I want to do more. I shouldn't say I can't. I want to, but I also want to like do other things this year. So yeah, things are going really, really good. And I'm very happy at where Sparkle Paperie House is. When I was doing the math for just, end of year type taxes stuff, I'm going to say this for taxes for this business is a nightmare, a complete nightmare. Just trying to like enter in sales into QuickBooks. So I was doing like QuickBooks desktop. It was a complete hot mess. And I was like, I think I should just do the online version where it's integrated into QuickBooks where I just don't have to manually enter all these sales in, which I do need to hop back on to QuickBooks to see if things are connected and that integration is good. If not, I might have to because I didn't want to do the integration through Etsy, even though I probably should have. I just didn't want to buy it through that route because I also would like to in the future, which I already did. I bought it today. I bought a Shopify account, but my problem is it's been a while since I have used Shopify. It's been about 3 years since I have touched that site. So it's not easy, and I'm having a hard time trying to finagle the website on how I want it to look. And I don't know anything about coding, so I wish I learned coding. I think if anything, as any young person's watching this or any person in general, just go learn coding. Learn coding. Go to college for coding. Go to school for business. Learn coding. Just learn coding because it will be beneficial in general in life, surprisingly. You can add that onto your resume and be like, you owe me a couple $100,000 more because I can know how to do coding. But anyways, yeah, so I got Shopify. I think I'm going to go through Fiverr and try to find someone. I found a few people. I just need to ask them if they can help me out, and their prices are not bad. So hopefully they can help me with development and coding. I need to ask them about that. So I did try to find people that had some coding experience. So we'll see. And yeah, just trying to figure out where to go in the future. So currently right now, the type of product I design is heavily niched into Disney themed related items. I am treading very lightly in that. I need to tread even lighter than where I'm at right now with that. I don't know. I don't have a license with them. I don't, and I really want to, but I'm not worthy enough just yet to ask them to get a license, to get approved for it, which is really upsetting because I know probably other people want it too, just as bad as I do, because it's I love designing the type of stuff. I enjoy it. I have fun. I get inspired. And I know there's companies out there that do it without a license. You're taking a very heavy risk. And the problem is sometimes, if they did send a cease and desist, that's fine. Send one. I will more than gladly take my stuff down. You can even send me a DM and be like, yo, hun, take your stuff down. Be done and done. Thank you. But sometimes some companies don't even give you a heads up, and they're like, yeah, we're just going to sue you. And it's personally, I can't do the suing. Just sue me. I don't have that much money, so I can't really give you that much. Do you want me to hand you all the designs? I can hand you all the designs if you want. If you want that, I can do that. Money, I have no money for you. It's all in retirement. So, and then if I take it out, I'm going to be penalized and you're going to get less. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. But anyways, I also design Coca-Cola things, which I know, treading very lightly. So yeah, and then I have a few other random things that are related to themed items. I have a Dr. Pepper thing I've been sitting on that I've been wanting to launch, which I know true, you would have to be careful with them as well. That's a problem. Anything IP trademark wise, you just got to be really careful. And I've been trying very, 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 very hard to get away from IP products. I just trying to design other items and stuff like that. Just recently, I think last year in November, I launched a couple pictures I took from my trip from Tokyo. and that literally has no traction at all. But I do have another trip planned to a really cool place, and I want to take pictures there and then also sell those pictures in like a wall art type situation, or maybe like a postcard or something like that. I can also do postcards for the Tokyo stuff, but those postcards end up being really expensive, and they were coming from the UK, and people would have paid $20 just for one flipping postcard to come back to America from the UK. And I'm like, no one's paying $20 for a postcard. So I need to look into that again, and maybe I can do postcards for those. But yeah, the future of Sparkle Paperie House, like the future of it, I really want it to be like a storefront business. And I don't know, like I kind of imagine it to be like Paper Source. I'm sure you guys heard of that place. If you haven't, go check it out. It's pretty cool. But they're like, the front of their store is usually the front to the left when you walk in the doors. Okay, the left side's usually like cards and little giftable items. On the right side is beautifully expensive wrapping paper that's not very long or wide. But the wrapping paper is gorgeous. Then they have gift bags on the right side too. They have a little bit more of giftable items as well. And then you work your way to the back of the store, and like it's usually like the right side to the back. It's like this weird like little tabletop, but it's like stationery and scrapbooking type stuff. Like it's papers, and it's like a lot of that stuff, like embossing type stuff, or like foil, like for that type of people, like that, do that type of paper stationery, make their own cards type stuff. And then like the very back of the store is usually like discounted stuff, or also it could be like more like party type supplies type items, or like bridal shower, bachelorette party type situation. So yes, I was thinking like a store, also an old store that used to exist that doesn't really exist anymore, other than it's in Florida, I believe. It's called Swoozles or Swoozies or something. They're really cute, and it's like a stationary gift shop store. They have the cutest things ever, and they have like a lot of things that you could find in, I don't know, Von Mars doesn't really exist everywhere. But if you ever heard of Von Mars or Von Mauer, that's in the Chicagoland area. They could be in Wisconsin too, actually, and maybe in Indiana area. I'm not really sure. I think they're just in Illinois and Wisconsin area. And it usually reminds me of like their home section, but Swizzles or Swoozies, that's in Florida. That's how like their kind of stuff is, like the home area. They don't really have home decor. They just have more entertaining wear, and then gifts and stationery and cards. And you kind of go there for like party cards, like invitation type wise. So, I feel like that's like the kind of vision I have for Sparkle Paperie House. That's why I kind of named it Sparkle Paperie House, because I was thinking it more like cards and giftable items. And I don't know, I just thought the name was really fun. And like, who doesn't love glitter? Boys don't. Girls do. Yeah, I don't know. I would love like a storefront. I actually, when I was in Vermont, I went into this really cute like giftable store, and they had like, it was just like a bunch of random things. It was like Sugar Boo & Co. Ever heard of Sugar Boo & Co? Kind of like that. They're kind of like a mix of everything. It's just like, it's good for you. It's good for people. Like, it's good for shopping, like gift shopping, or a hostess gift, like just random type items. But like, it just all kind of makes sense. I think Sugar Boo & Co. is a little bit more a religious place. And then they also have like odds and ends like that. But it's a cool store. I've walked past one all the time in Disney World, but I never really went in. I think I went in once. It's cute. It's not bad. I'm not a really religious person. And I most likely would never really do religious type items at all for Sparkle Paperie House, but there's other places to shop for that. I don't need to do it. There's other places that sell it. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's just like a Sparkle Paperie House is basically me in a nutshell. It's me in a whole, basically. It's everything that I like, everything that I would buy or would want to buy or would want to make, and there's something that I would want in my own home type situation. It's kind of weird to have a business like that, but like honestly it kind of works, because like everyone, there's like, for how much, like I have a very wide taste in things, and I'm bound to find someone that has something similar in taste with me. And if they don't, cool, it's whatever. Like there's other shops to shop at. Like if you don't like my taste, that's totally cool. It doesn't bug me. But let's kind of wrap this up. I think I had one more thing. I wanted to talk about struggles. Struggles is, like Sparkle Paperie House doesn't make enough money, like, to support itself. So it's kind of hard to figure out what your next move is when you're relying on your full-time job income. Then you have to pay for other things in your life, and you want to have a life, and you want to go out and do things, and you want to go on vacation and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of hard because I have to pick my battles. Which one do I want to take on next? And because, well, like I did my math last year, all that stuff, I didn't really lose that much money, which is fine. That's great. Like I kind of like only lost so much. And I was like, okay, like that's something I can like deal with, and that's fine. And I thought I was going to lose a little bit more than that, but I'm happy I didn't, because I kind of recovered it from the sales I made. Yeah, I think it'd be nice to make more sales. It'd be nice to kind of have the playing field even out a little bit. Like for how much I spend, I kind of make it back, and then I can have a slight profit, you know, like it would be wonderful to have a profit for once in one of my businesses, you know. But yeah, like it's hard. And the thing is, like, I know a lot of people are like, go get a loan, and I'm like, that's fantastic. But my problem is, how do I pay it back? And like the bank wants their money, you know, like what are you gonna do? I just prefer not to get a loan, because like I don't know I probably get a very small loan. Like I don't think I would do a double digit loan, you know, like 1,000 and something. Like I'm not talking anything more than double. Like it'd just be a single digit type number situation with, you know, 3 zeros behind it. Because like I know I could pay that back, but I probably would want a loan for several months, if not several years, where I don't have to pay it back that fast. Like I feel like a year might be like a little bit too fast of a turnaround. If I had like 3+ years on a loan to pay it back, that sounds a little bit better. But I don't know how business loans are and how they want their money back. And it's just like it, you know, my problem was, and I keep on going back to my old company, is that everyone was like, spend more money. And I'm like, okay, but if I spend more money, would I get the money back in profit? Like someone has to pay this bill. Like, I mean, I have reoccurring bills all the time. And then like, they're like, pay couple $1,000 in advertising and you'll get the money back. My problem was I only had so much money in product. So I'm like, well, I got to buy more product to make up more money. So that was just more like a vicious cycle, which with this business, it's a little bit better because it's print on demand. So like you really have no inventory, you know, like it's just you buy as you go. As a customer buys it, that's when the order goes through, and that's when they make an item, which is actually quite nice. Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't really want to get a loan at all. I don't like being in debt to anyone. And I'm managing just fine. Like I'll like add on like a little something every year or do something. So far, like within the last few months, I have bought, I found this like AI type company that takes like pictures and videos. Like a picture can turn into a video. which is quite nice. Depending on what type of picture you put in there, like, it's not the best of the best. But it does its job, and it helps me out making more content videos where I don't have to like put all this work into and try to like create something, which is awesome. And then I feel like I just bought QuickBooks. So I got that AI video thing, and I just bought QuickBooks, and now I just got Shopify. So I think, to be honest, if I do any more stuff, I want to buy something that would help me out, and not like something I have to sell, type situation. But yeah, the struggles are like, where do you spend your money next? Like, how do you keep on growing? Where do you put this money? Do you put the money in advertising? But you also have to be careful now too, because then like I have IP products, so you shouldn't really advertise those. And also I've been trying to very hard not use Disney related words in there as well. Like, I'll have it in the image, but the problem is for Etsy is that you can't put, like, let's just imagine Figment, right? The purple dinosaur. If you're not familiar with Figment, I'm sorry, but it's a little purple dinosaur dragon. He's a dragon. That is in Epcot in the Imagination Pavilion. And I designed this cute little like pattern, and you can't do like Figment's something or other, like Disney Figment, right? So what I've been doing is, for like a lot of my Disney stuff, I will kind of go to ChatGPT, love ChatGPT, and I'm like, hey, like, can you help me out, come up with like a really cool, fun name for this pattern? And it helped me come up. I was like, hey, something like this, like something funky, something fun, something like sassy, something like Figment would do, right? And I gave it a couple ideas, and then they usually spit out like, I don't know, 15 ideas for me. And it was like a stroke of imagination. And I'm like, yeah, that's fantastic. I love it. So yeah, ChatGPT has been helping me out with naming the collection. So I just been trying to stay away from specific names like Mickey Mouse ears. Like, you have to be careful with that type situation. So I've been trying to do like inspired, even though like that's not that good either. And also another struggle is that, because I don't have a license, Etsy at any point has a right to take my shop away from me. And that's my only sales channel, like for income for that business. So I really wanted to work on getting another source together to keep this business going. And also I've been trying to create other things. So I want to like do like more mental health type situation, motivational type items, more romance items. I've been trying really hard to channel like masculine type designs for the men that are not IP. Here hoping they're not. I don't think they would be, but you never know these days. But yeah, no, I've been having fun really channeling that for the men. And I have a couple of designs that I think that are really cool, and I cannot wait to launch, which I think a lot of them would make sense in the summertime to launch. So get ready for those. But I think this video is already getting long, so I'm going to end it here. Let me know what you guys think about this video, and you're interested. I'm more than happy to chat with you guys in the comments. And if you guys have any type of videos you want to see as a podcast type situation, let me know. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the next video would be. But yeah, just something like to chat about, something business related. I don't really know. But yeah, this was fun. It was nice. I can always go into more detail on something that sparked your interest. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.